What is up, crypto community? Welcome back to another video. Thank you for all the support on the channel, and thank you for joining me today. A lot of stuff to talk about. We have an update with this Ripple appeal against the SEC. Another XRP ETF filed. I forget all the other stuff, but there's just like 5 big things. So this came out breaking. Ripple has filed a cross appeal of Judge Torres's judgment entered on August 7th. And this is in response to the SEC a few days ago filing notice of appeal. Ripple is counter appealing them, so before it can even go to appeal, they're basically saying the SEC needs to shut up. And here, if you listen to this clip, speaking of the SEC, this was on Fox Business Live. Listen to what he has to say.
Well, it's great to be here.
What is the SEC doing regarding crypto?
Well, I think our policies and our approach for the last several years have been just really a disaster for the whole industry. We have been setting this policy through enforcement. We've done nothing to provide guidance on it. And as a result, this is being shaped by the courts. And different courts have ruled different ways. I think what this Wells notice is, and while I won't comment on the specifics of this litigation, the Wells, what has gone on is part of a broader frustration with the fact that we have not provided interpretive guidance as.
So how embarrassing is that? The SEC talking about their crypto approach has been a disaster for the whole industry. I wonder what our favorite guy, Gary Gensler, would think about that. And he's been at the SEC for 18 years. So this isn't just some new random whistleblowing type employee. This is someone that has experience with the SEC's approach. And he's saying it's an absolute disaster right now. In reference to the lawsuit, you have the head Ripple lawyer coming out, and then Brad Garlinghouse reacting. He said, "As I said earlier this month, if Gensler and the SEC cared about the rule of law, they would accept their loss and move on. But they are not interested in faithfully applying the law or in providing clarity to industry players in the U.S. under Gensler. The agency is only interested in creating havoc. U.S. innovation and technology be damned. With our cross appeal today, we're looking forward to sealing the SEC's fate and finally putting an end to the SEC's regulation by enforcement agenda. Ripple was the industry leader in the first go-round in court, and we look forward to leading the way in this round as well." And the head Ripple lawyer says the SEC lost on all key points. That's what they appealed. Today, Ripple filed a cross appeal to ensure nothing's left on the table, including the argument that there can't be an investment contract without there being essential rights and obligations found in the contract. Importantly, the SEC has already said that they aren't appealing the ruling that XRP itself isn't a security. They even apologized in another case for suggesting a token itself could be a security. Laughable. That's the law, and an appeal on other issues doesn't change it. Last year, the SEC unsuccessfully tried to take an early appeal of the rulings that Ripple's XRP sales on exchanges and Ripple's other XRP distributions, like to employees and developers, weren't securities. They'll likely go after these again, and they'll lose on both again. This guy is just welcoming the smoke from the SEC, saying, "We look forward to the Federal Court of Appeals finally putting a stake in the heart of Gensler's misguided attack on our industry." And furthermore, we have Brad Garlinghouse saying "preach" in response to this tweet right here. He says, "Look at this point. I'd admire it if Gary Gensler just said openly what is rumored, he says privately, that he's trying to destroy crypto for the sake of other markets, and he's willing to bet the SEC's regulatory powers at the Supreme Court while singing 'Luck Be a Lady' tonight." And he leaks this memo right here, really exposing Gary Gensler about his true outlook on crypto. And one of the biggest things going on with XRP and Ripple as a community as of lately is this Ripple stablecoin. I've been talking a lot about how Tether is 75% of all stablecoin volume, but in the future, these regulated stablecoins like USDC and like Ripple USD are going to take way more of the market share and I believe surpass Tether because of regulatory problems with Tether. And once again, one of Tether's largest collaborators has been sued by the SEC, and that is Cumberland DRW. And I said at the beginning, there's another XRP ETF in the works. Actually, I guess this is the first XRP ETF. No. Yeah. Last week, they filed it for an XRP ETF. I forget the bank. Canary Capital is also filing for an ETF. And going forward over the next year or two, you're going to see this headline countless times. I can guarantee you that. U.S. inflation numbers came out today. That's why Bitcoin took this big dump. I think it's around 60K right now. And that's because U.S. inflation, allegedly, right? You got to trust the government. What they're telling you, man, they would never lie to you, right? Got to trust these people. These people really care about you, right? They didn't redefine the algorithm to calculate inflation in 2020. Nah, they totally didn't do that. And if they did, they'd probably tell you, right? Nah, it wasn't no headlines, wasn't anywhere. You'd have to search for it. So, you got to take these numbers with a grain of salt, but this is why the market's reacting the way it is. And this was a cool memo right here. I talked about maybe 4 videos ago, this guy Arthur Britto. He's one of the Ripple founders, and he's renowned as the faceless Ripple founder because he's never done an official appearance with Ripple. Right, you have Chris Larson, Brad Garlinghouse, Monica Long, all these Ripple executives going to conferences, speaking on social media. Arthur Britto's never done that. He's never done an interview. He's never been in the public spotlight, which is really difficult in the modern age with social media. Like, how is this guy a total mystery? A lot of people think he's not real. But in this memo, what he says about XRP is interesting. He says, I expect the majority of people who use the Ripple payment network to be able to ignore XRP. The value of XRP is probably less important than this spread. Using stablecoins like RLUSD adheres to the original version of the XRPL. If you haven't looked into Arthur Britto, it's a pretty interesting story behind him. And this is another major headline that came out today. Ripple's new project. They are launching a crypto custody storage for banks, storing digital assets on behalf of clients. He goes on to say Ripple is already a digital bank, documented, and the definition of a digital bank. To be included in this list of digital banks, you must actively provide at least one of the following financial services, directly to consumers, businesses, or both. Digital banking, digital payments, digital lending, investment solutions, personal finance management tools, or financial education and wellness tools. And this is the path that Ripple is going down right now. Another big headline, Ireland's first real estate company in the European Union, regulated sandbox built on the XRP ledger. There's no stopping this train. And he quotes this news that Ireland's first entrance into the EU blockchain sandbox and Ripple scale partner Britto is set to launch their alternative investment platform in 2025. Positive stuff for Ripple. And now I want you guys to listen to this former Goldman Sachs executive and pay attention closely to what she says.
For many decades, the dollar has been the reserve currency. And the system is what I would describe as long in the tooth. And the central bankers are trying to bring in a new system, but it's not ready to go yet. And we're in a period of great change and uncertainty where the central bankers are trying to keep the dollar system going and accelerate. So they're trying to lengthen the dollar system, and then they're trying to accelerate bringing in the new system. So I describe the new system as the end of currencies. So we're not bringing in a new currency. We're essentially bringing in a new transaction system that will be all digital and essentially end currencies.
I don't think I have to convince a lot of you guys. If you watch my videos on a regular basis, you know this is what I always talk about. These elites just holding back this innovation, waiting for this de-dollarization to hit full scale, and then bring out this new global system that unifies all world currencies. How do you think they unify all world currencies? Through blockchain adoption. All these countries, will have their own stablecoins. And this is a really cool video right here. Shout out to Echo the Truth on X. Said it's aging like fine wine. Wow, you can clearly see that from the very beginning, Ripple was building the infrastructure to move value in any currency, including Bitcoin. Still now, it is on a massive global level. Take a listen.
Ripple is a great new way to exchange value, letting you pay people through your social network as easily as if you had your own bank. Ripple turns the existing trust on which trade has always been based into a free and secure financial network that serves your needs. You can create your own useful money with only a few mouse clicks. Organize child-minded or after-school programs in a way that fairly rewards everyone. Already have a tab with your friend? Great, now it works like a credit card. Whole communities can easily use Ripple to their advantage. You simply register and connect with people you trust. Now you can use your own financial node, issue valuable personal credit, and everyone can make transactions through their social network.
Okay, so my apologies. I thought that was more to that video. It's just a graphic at this point. But that's all I got for you guys today. Have a great evening. Prayers for the people in Florida that got decimated by that hurricane. If you made it this far in the video, comment original in the comment section below. When you watch the full video, it's the best way to support. So thank you all in advance for supporting the content I put out there. Until next time.